Yeah, Penn State really needs to get on the offensive end here. Like you said it many times in the first half, Penn State's really been struggling to cut into Virginia's zone and really attack, but they are the 8th-ranked team in the nation for a reason, and maybe they'll be able to find some second-half magic here at Jeffrey Field.
Virginia ahead 1-0. 45 minutes remaining at Jeffrey Field as we restart play. Penn State starts with possession, now going left to right. This is the first time all season long that Penn State has been trailing at the half.
Not really a surprise. This may be the toughest team that they played all season. That and Stanford, easily the 2 toughest games on the Nittany Lions schedule.
If you're just joining us now in the second half, I'm Joe Skinner alongside DJ Bauer. Megan McCool scoring in the 16th minute for the Cavaliers is the lone goal of today's match. Penn State now out of halftime, now on the aggressiveness. Taliaferri, nothing there, looking to go wide for Corey Dyke. Virginia 7-0 coming into this matchup, looking to make it 8 as they head into next week's schedule, where they begin their conference play on the road in Winston-Salem to take on the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And then they're right back at home on September 26th for the Commonwealth Clash to take on Virginia Tech for their home conference opener.
Yeah, there's some tough ACC teams on the schedule for Virginia. Right after that, they got another home bout with Duke. And as you take a look down the schedule, you notice Florida State on there once again. Number 6 in the nation right now, champions last year. Not only did they defeat Virginia a handful of times, they knocked Penn State out of the NCAA tournament en route to the victory.
Three ranked teams remaining on Virginia's conference schedule, being Florida State, Duke, and Virginia Tech. Get 2 of those 3 opponents at home. Taliaferri right flank, looking to equalize. Wasserman, left foot, deflected, goes wide.
Boy, did she have a good look at that one. Just not for the deflection. There was a chance that one was going in. She positioned that perfectly right into the top left corner of the goal. You can tell, I think Dombach really talked some sense into these Nittany Lions at halftime already on the aggressive attack here, which we lacked in the first half.
Penn State's first corner of the match coming here in the second half. Scored their lone goal against Oklahoma State on a corner kick. From the right side, and it's behind the goal. Never had a chance.
Yeah, unfortunately, a bit of a wasted opportunity there for the Nittany Lions. They finally get their offensive footing here, and to kind of see it disappear there with a corner kick, I just did not have any chance. Not what you want to see.
Virginia retaking possession, something that they dominated in the first half. Seemed like they always had the ball in their offensive third, peppering Kat Asman with shots. One of them finding the back of the net, but felt like they could have had 2, maybe even 3 in the first half.
And give credit to Penn State defense. Aside from that little misstep there where they got outplayed by McCool, they were able to keep their heads above water.
Listen, Gorzak's whistle comes out. Offside. Kaylin Hayslip still on defense to start the second half. Came on in the middle of the first half for an injured Laura Suero as Sam Coffey has to avoid the referee at midfield. Too strong of a touch from Taliaferri, and Virginia's got it right back.
And before that, I was just about to say how nice Penn State was passing it and controlling it. Like I said, that was an issue plaguing them at the beginning of the first half, and just before that Taliaferri miscue, they were doing a great job of it.
Virginia 1, Penn State scoreless. 40 minutes and change left in this match on a Sunday afternoon at Jeffrey Field. It's been gorgeous weather all day. Even going back to yesterday during the Penn State football game had the rains in the early morning, and then the skies really opened up towards the afternoon. And we've had nice weather really ever since.
Yeah, a bit of a nice change of pace. I mentioned to you on Thursday that anytime that I've been to a Penn State women's soccer game, it is just downpoured. Last year against Virginia, this year against Oklahoma State before the game. Nice to see these open skies on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
You're not bringing the rain with you everywhere you go when you come to Jeffrey Field. I feel like a little bit of a bad omen there. I'm glad to see we get that cleared up. Virginia now on the far side, offensive third. Looking for goal number 2, Rebecca Jarrett. A lot of contact there as she got in the box with Kaylee Reel. Sumter, right foot. Nice stop. Kat Asman had to get off the line a bit to punch that over the crossbar. Virginia will have a corner kick.
A nice high ball there. You know, she was hoping to get her hands around it and grab it, secure it, prevent Virginia from getting the corner kick. But she'll take it. She was able to punch it out of play away from the goal, which basically is the same thing, getting the job done. Now they just need to play a little bit tight defense here with the corner kick coming on.
It'll be Taryn Torres taking the kick. Has Jarrett right to her left if she wants to go low. And a host of Cavaliers stacking the box. A little bit wide. Shot just over the crossbar. It was Alyssa Gorzak on the shot.
I think you can tell that this Nittany Lions defense is really trying to practice those set plays. It's really been killing them in that game against Oklahoma State. Both goals scored by the Cowgirls were on set plays. A free kick from just in front of the penalty box, and then, of course, the corner kick in double overtime that did the Nittany Lions in. That's something that they had to have worked on preparing for this game.
Cavaliers right back on the offensive there. Had a couple of nice goal-scoring opportunities. Asman's goal kick is low. Virginia has, or rather Penn State has to scramble to take possession, with Gorzak making first contact.
Coffee there really exhibiting some beautiful passing there for the Nittany Lions, weaving in and out of defenders, which I mentioned they were struggling to do that in the first half, and Virginia was doing it so cleanly, so it seems like they might have gotten those first half jitters out of the way.
High slip now. Pressure from Megan McCool. Looking for Schlegel, just goes a little long. Zoe Morse getting there first. Now the kick goes into the Virginia bench. Penn State will have a throw in the midfield.
Not exactly the play that they wanted there, but great job from Schlegel to apply the pressure the entire way, even trying to get a header on it as it was cleared. And the clear did not quite go in bounds because of it. She's really applying her pressure at all levels.
Coffey can't keep it at her feet. Looked like she was going down the touchline with a burst of speed. Instead, it'll be a Virginia throw. Courtney Peterson taking her time. Now goes down the sideline. Penn State will get it right back. Haven't seen much of Allie Schlegel on the offensive end. She's got the 5-game goal-scoring streak, but Steve Swanson and his Virginia squad seem like they've neutralized her pretty well. She's the team leader in goals with 5. Tied in points with Taliaferri at 11.
Yeah, remember, Schlegel's got her goal-scoring streak on the line here. 5 in a row, looking for number 6, but can't do it if the Nittany Lions don't score at all.
Reel to Coffey. Well timed. Far side, Maddie Myers goes long. McClernand tracks it down into the corner.
Just a little too strong on that pass there, but the Nittany Lions are doing a decent job of applying pressures. That one is sent into the stands.
Penn State will have a throw near the corner flag.
Myers wins the battle over there on the far side with Rebecca Jarrett. Allows the Nittany Lions another opportunity to get back on offense. And here's a chance.
Comes through. Wasserman. Left foot centers, cleared out of the box.
Just a little bit too much of hesitation there from the Nittany Lions. Wasserman had a really nice opportunity over on that line from that clean steal, but just couldn't find anywhere to go with it.
Rebecca Jarrett with speed. Has McCool to her left. Challenging the All-American, and Kaylee Reel comes away with it.
That's why she's an All-American. So good on defense. Kaylee Reel bringing a lot of leadership to this team, and you know that Penn State's in good hands whenever Reel is on the defensive end.
Under 35 minutes left in the second half. Penn State trailing 1-0. Schlegel has it in the midfield. Now they're flipping it to the far side. Wiesner. Wiesner runs right into McClernand. Jarrett slips a bit. Comes away with it across midfield.
There's some more aggressive defense from the Nittany Lions. They're really starting to find their groove here that they just did not have in the first half. Clean passing, clean touching, tough defense. Nittany Lions may not be done yet.
Rebecca Jarrett slow to get up at midfield after the challenge from Caitlin Hayslip. Seems like Penn State, whatever adjustments they made in the locker room at halftime, is starting to show a little bit here. They've had more offensive time in the second half.
Yeah, much more even battle. Virginia not dominating that offensive possession like we saw so often in the first half. If anything, Penn State's been more dominant on the offensive possession.
Weak pass, and Jean comes away with it with speed. Talia Ferry centers to Coffey, but it's behind her. Virginia comes away with it. Spanstra from behind Jean. See if this is a card. Kind of some pushing from behind, and now the clock has stopped. And Allie Jean will get a talk with the referee.
And she understands there. Virginia wanted to get a card on that one.
Take a look again. You see kind of grabbing with the hands from the back to slow down Spanstra.
You can tell there she kind of just got tangled up a little bit, and both of them went down hard. Certainly didn't seem like anything intentional.
Into the box. Cleared out by Wiesner.
There you go. Nice work there by the Penn State defense on the set play, something they struggled a little bit against Oklahoma State. We saw a miscue that allowed a goal near the end of the first half, and they're able to do well there.
Now a foul in the midfield, and Penn State fans not happy with it.
Yeah, Allie Schlegel can't believe it. She thought that she had a nice clean read on that one, going in for the slide there to clear the ball out and pass to a teammate, but the ref did not agree that it was clean.
So Stade have it in the midfield. Another attack into the box. Too far long, looking for Sumter there. Goes across the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, that time they just overshot it. Kind of fortunate there for Penn State. Anytime Virginia gets an opportunity to attack on a set play like that, they can be difficult to stop.
Ashlyn Sarepka back in for the Cavaliers. Had some time off the bench in the first half as Jarrett gets a breather coming off that potential injury there. She took a tumble in the midfield about 8 minutes ago. Slow to get up, but seemed to be moving fine since then, but now benefit of the doubt for Steve Swanson. Wants her to take a breather.
Yeah, so Virginia takes out their fourth leading goal scorer and puts in their third leading goal scorer. Such a deep roster on this Virginia team.
Embarrassment of riches for the Cavaliers, and it's shown on the scoreboard. They lead 1-0. Heading into final half hour of this match.
Not a great clear on that one from Kat Asman. Just trying to get it away from the Virginia attack and sends it out of bounds.
Still waiting for a second goal in this match. It's always big, the second goal. Can tie it or double the lead. Spanstra, just out of the reach is Taliaferri. Sends back out towards the midfield. Peterson now. Interesting, we've been hearing our mics down on the field. Erica Dombach and the Penn State bench shouting on instructions for this entire match. Nice move there by Spanstra. Crosses it in just out of the reach of Asman, but it goes across the end line. They'll say that she deflected it with the fingertips, and Virginia will have another corner kick.
Yeah, it did look like she got her fingers on that one. Not sure if that one was going to go in, whether or not she touched it, but still an excellent effort there from Asman to dive and knock that one away, just in case it was headed towards the goal.
Taryn Torres to take the goal kick, or rather the corner kick, excuse me. 6 Cavaliers in the penalty area. Headed away by Schlegel.
Beautiful clear there from the Nittany Lions. Beautiful.
Back to Torres. Deflected by Jean. And Rail clears it away. Here's Rachel Wasserman. Penn State can mount an attack. Down by 1.
Man, everything just went perfectly there. Great clear from Schlegel. Great kick there from Jean.
What a move from Allie Schlegel. Couldn't keep it at her feet, but splendid moves to get through the midfield. And now she takes a knee. Let's see who comes in from the Penn State bench, but fantastic footwork from Allie Schlegel to evade the defenders. Now the referee asking for the training staff.
That's really why she's their star player, able to make those kind of moves that not many athletes in soccer are able to.
Let's take a look
This would be bad
at
if she
that
has to come
footwork from Allie Schlegel. Gets by 3 Virginia defenders. Maybe tweaking something. So we'll take a quick break on BTN Plus. Virginia ahead by 1, just under 30 minutes to go. Allie Schlegel limps off the field with just under 30 minutes to go. Trailing by 1 here in the second half as we take a look at the upcoming table for Penn State. They start the Big Ten slate after this match. They have Michigan and Michigan State here at Jeffrey Field next weekend before hitting the road to the Midwest for Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's done pretty well for themselves in soccer. Obviously, Penn State, one of the premier programs there, but there's a couple other decent teams that they've got on the schedule. Like you said, tough games against Minnesota and Wisconsin that they'll have to deal with on the road here to finish off September.
So Kelly Byler enters for Allie Schlegel here in the 62nd minute. Also have Peyton Linehan and Jordan Caniff ready to come in on the next whistle.
Certainly don't hope it's anything too serious for Schlegel there. She was kind of limping off, but she was able to walk off on her own. I mean, yesterday, Abello must have tweaked something in her ankle because she needed help to come off the field, and we saw her working out today, so hopefully it's nothing too serious.
It's also 2 of the top goal scorers on this team as McCool has a lane, but now has to come out towards the corner. Gorzak backs it up to Peterson. Wasserman turns on the Jets to challenge.
She's been doing that a lot here in the second half, doing a great job of attacking in Virginia's defensive zone, more towards the center circle as well, bringing a lot of the pressure that the Nittany Lions lacked in the first half. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe she started this game.
No.
It's what you like to see off your bench.
Spanstra wide. Cavaliers looking for goal number 2. Crosses it in. Asman off the fingertips. McCool keeps it in play, and Asman covers it to end the threat.
Beautifully done. Gets her fingertips on the first one. The rebound just gets out of her fingers, and she's able to cover it up once again. Clear it up before the Virginia player is able to scoop her right there at the marker. And Penn State will get a chance to go back on the offense here pending this goal kick.
Cat has been directing traffic now. Team still trailing by 1. Nice takeaway by Virginia in the midfield. Going wide to Gorzak. And miscommunication on that play. Taryn Torres slowed down as now Linehan and Caniff will come on. Also Gorzak coming off and Sydney Zandy coming on for Virginia.
And number 32, Jordan Cannon finishes for Penn State, replacing number 10, Maddie Myers. Cannon for Myers.
Spanstra tried to go wide, but Wiesner steps in front. Tried to thread the needle to Linehan, and now Penn State has to back it up again. 3 shots for the Nittany Lions in this match, one of them coming in this second half. Virginia now up to 15 shots, and 6 of them on goal. Nice combination there as Jean turns on the Jets. Jean goes wide to Wasserman. Crosses with the left. Headed out of play. Linehan pulls the trigger and it's deflected by her teammate. Cleared away. Best chance Penn State has had so far in this match. Coffee. Linehan wasn't ready for it at her feet, and now Ivory will pick it up.
The warm Jets were on there for the Nittany Lions. Really, like you said, their best shot of the day there. Jean was trying to do some foolery there. Looked like she was going to pass inside. Instead went outside for Wasserman and really took Virginia off balance, but they were able to regather themselves and prevent the first Nittany Lion goal.
Cavaliers now slowing down the pace. Cavaliers looking for their 8th consecutive win to start the season. Leading by 1 with 24 minutes to go. Byler now. Linehan. Comes all the way back to Highslip in midfield. Coffee. Just out of the reach of the sliding Courtney Peterson. Virginia will have a throw.
You can tell Jean thought Peterson was going to get a foot on that one as she backed away from it. Very fortunate for Peterson that she did not. Virginia retains possession in their defensive zone.
Now over 50 minutes since Megan McCool's goal in the 16th to make it 1-0 Virginia. Peterson trying to force it into McCool, but Reel again gets there first. Reel's been tasked with keeping McCool at check all game long, and aside from that goal that kind of came off a deflection in the first half, she's been more than up to the task.
I mean, we touched on it so many times. This is why she was an All-American last year. She provides just such a strong defensive presence for this Nittany Lions team whenever they're defending on their own side of the field. And even great players like Megan McCool are having a tough time fooling her.
You hear Don Block from all the way up here in our press box. And a turnover. Here come the Cavaliers. Zandy. One more to Spanstra. Crosses it in too long. McCool had the run there. As a collision on the far side between Phoebe McClernand and looking like Kate Wiesner. Both of them get up. Good for them. No injuries.
In terms of defensive there, obviously that was a little bit of a lapse there for the Nittany Lions. Seemed like Sam Coffey wasn't sure where she was going with that pass, resulted in the turnover. But very fortunate that McCool was not able to locate the pass that could have, very, very easily been a shot on goal.
Now Wiesner taking her time and Coffey coming off. So another goal scorer for Penn State coming off. Lost a Bello to an injury against Oklahoma State on Thursday. As Devin Olive comes on to take her place.
Olive enters for Penn State.
Devin Olive, one of the freshmen on this team that doesn't quite have as much experience as some of the other young names, but she's made her presence felt. She's got one shot so far in the 3 games she's appeared in. She'll be an interesting depth addition to this team as they move forward.
Another poor decision from Caitlin Heislip, and here come the Cavaliers. Spanstra, top of the box shooting, deflected. Virginia will have a corner.
Heislip really made up for that misstep there. She was able to get a foot on that shot, get it to kick out of bounds. Once again, that could have been another shot on goal if not for her defense.
Torres out to take Virginia's 6th corner kick of this match.
She really seems to be their corner kick specialist. She's been getting a lot of these opportunities here, and she's been close on a couple of them, but the Nittany Lions have really stepped up their game on these set plays.
In swinging from Asman's left. Goes long. It's where Serepka has it. Shooting is again deflected. And it comes away. Penn State dodges the bullet. Keeps it a 1-goal match.
Corey Dyke came up big on that one, bouncing it off her chest and onto the ground, and even though she was just a little bit ahead of her man, she was able to get Virginia to knock it out of bounds, and Penn State retains possession in their defensive zone. That's big with an offensive attacker like Virginia hounding on you every play.
Throw in right in front of her own bench. Under 20 minutes to go. Second half, Virginia leads 1-0. Just like they've had since the 16th minute of this match. Megan McCool scoring on the line for Virginia. 7-0 coming into today's match at Jeffrey Field. If the results hold, they can make it 8.
It'll also be their first away win of the season, as they have had all their games at home. Would really go to prove that this is not just a team that benefits from the home crowd, but they can play with the best of them on the away as well.
Penn State 4-2-1 coming into today. Potentially could suffer their first 2-game losing skid of the entire season. So Wiesner goes down hard, challenging that ball. Was taken down by Ashlyn Serepka. Spanstra comes away with it. With speed and now runs into Peyton Linehan. Going down hard, no whistle. And now a late whistle.
There it is.
Let's take a look. Both players kind of going at full speed.
A little bit of a collision there. I'm not sure I agree with the whistle call there.
It's Taryn Torres going down for Virginia. Rebecca Jarrett ready to come back in as we creep towards 15 minutes left in this match. Wide to Spanstra. She's been all over the ball in this second half. Deflected away. Devin Olive making the stop. For now, Virginia still has the ball in the offensive third as Jarrett is coming on.
13, Rebecca Jarrett returns.
And Anna Sumter coming off.
Devin Olive showing some prowess already out there, like we mentioned, a young name on this roster. Obviously getting a lot of support from Ellie Jean, who we mentioned really has been a standout on defense her entire career. Now a redshirt senior with the Nittany Lions.
Peterson to throw. Penn State with the defense on the touchline to get possession back.
And once again, Olive applying some pressure. She's already looking like a much more experienced player than, well, maybe not on that play there, but before that, Olive was really showing her chops on the defense.
Peterson finally finds help in the form of Sydney Zandy. Here's a turnover. Wasserman now to Caniff. Dyke goes wide, more open space for Kaylee Reel. And an underpass, and Virginia's got it right back. Good job by Wiesner to regain. Almost a bad turnover for the Nittany Lions, and now McCool steps in front of it again. Penn State just can't sustain an offensive possession so far in this match.
There's a little bit of sloppiness there from both teams, that's for sure. You can tell that with the sun beating down on this hot day in Jeffrey Field, you may see a little bit more of that going on here as the teams get tired. I mean, soccer's a tough sport to play because there are basically no breaks except for rare substitutions. You're out there expending all of your energy in one 90-minute chunk.
Going long, but it was right to Reel. 15 minutes to go. Virginia won, Penn State still scoreless. Haven't been held scoreless all year long. The Virginia defense has been impressive, but the offense has just been keeping the ball away from Penn State, kind of that being their own defense in a way. Penn State just hasn't had the time as McCool has another run. She's taken down in the box. No whistle. The challenge from Caitlin Heislip goes out of play. Virginia will have another corner.
I'm a little surprised there was no whistle on that one. That looked like a desperation play from Heislip to prevent McCool from taking yet another shot on goal.
Looked like Heislip got the ball, so that's probably why the whistle stayed silent. So well-timed tackle from Heislip. Virginia will have a chance to extend the lead. The next goal, whenever it may come, will be big. Terrace goes quick and short. Jarrett all the way back out to McClernand. McClernand with a lot of green. And sails over the crossbar, out of play.
Not for the net there. That one could have been rolling out onto Park Avenue.
So Asman will restart play now. Virginia with 16 shots, 6 of them on goal in this match, and 6 corner kicks. Penn State only has the 3 shots and 1 of them on goal. Asman's been busy with 5 saves. Here's Peterson. Entry to Zamdi. Serepka can't keep it in play. Gene with a quick pickup on the near side. I'm Joe Skinner alongside DJ Bauer. Virginia still on top here on BTN Plus. Thank you for joining us. And a handball late on Megan McCool. Asman will take it from just inside the box. Virginia controls following the goal kick. Going wide to Jarrett. Cavaliers looking for the final blow in this match. Leading by 1.
Yeah, considering Penn State's only had 3 shots this entire game, you'd have to think that one more goal from the Cavaliers would pretty much be the death knell.
Peterson and Serepka going back and forth on the near sideline. Not much sense of urgency for Virginia. No reason to have much urgency with the lead.
Well, they're playing what teams with a lead often do. They're playing conservatively, just trying to play keep away, essentially, from the Nittany Lions, not really attacking like they were so much in the first half. We'll see how that strategy works out for them.
Gets through to Jarrett. Into McCool. Now Zandy. Left foot, cleared away. Corey Dyke. Zandy had a lot of space in that penalty area before it closed quickly.
You know, you can tell that she wished she had that one back. She had both a pretty good look herself as well as a teammate on the left to pass to. Just got a little bit tangled up there, and Corey Dyke was able to make a great defensive play like she has done so often this season.
Virginia maintains the 1-goal lead. Dyke to Caniff. Here come the Nittany Lions. Wide to Linehan. Slows it down. Tried to flip the field to Jean, and Serepka's all over it. Perfectly timed to Jarrett. Wiesner goes down. Jarrett takes the shot, misses high above the crossbar, and now the concern goes to Kate Wiesner as play is stopped and the training staff comes out. We'll take a quick injury timeout on BTN Plus. Virginia up 1-0. Welcome back to Jeffrey Field. Virginia has the 1-goal lead as Kate Wiesner comes off the field following the injury. She went down on a challenge to Rebecca Jarrett before the break. With just over 10 minutes remaining in this match, Penn State now has already suffered 2 injuries to some key players.
Yeah, they've had some pretty bad injury luck lately. We were talking about that game against Oklahoma State when Carriabella went down hard. They had to help her off the field. She was limping. We saw her working out earlier today, but she has not appeared in the game yet. And Allie Schlegel, since she weaved through all those defenders and took a knee, we have not seen her back in the game yet. Not only is her 5-game goal streak in jeopardy, but without her on the field, it's going to be hard for Penn State to find a way to come back against Virginia.
You see in that replay, Wiesner immediately grabbing at what looks like her right knee. Potentially got tangled up with Kaylee Reel and Rebecca Jarrett on that play. So it looks like Allie Schlegel is coming back on, so whatever injury suffered earlier in the second half must not have been serious. She's coming back on for the stretch run here, final 10 minutes.
Yeah, obviously she's a very huge addition to this offense here. They pretty much need her out here if they want a chance to win this one.
Asman will take the goal kick. Taliaferri also comes back on for the Nittany Lions, along with Byler. Or Byler coming off, rather. Virginia leads 1-0. Steps right in front by Virginia. Here comes Sumter. Rather, Peterson. Peterson enters into the box. High slip clears it out towards Caniff. Penn State trying to jumpstart the transition. Again, another sloppy pass, and Virginia's back on it.
Number 34, Alex Blake.
McCool, here's a chance. Asman off her line to end the threat.
We saw that again, you know, in the first half when Jarrett had a really good chance to score there. Just no hesitation there from Asman, which is exactly what you want to see from your goalkeeper. You have a tough presence like Megan McCool charging at you, being fearless and snagging the ball out of there. Penn State desperately needs that down one.
Joe Skinner and DJ Bauer here taking you through the final 9 minutes of this match now. Virginia's held a 1-goal lead since the 16th minute of this match. Zandy looking for Jarrett, but Real gets the stop.
Nice kick away there from Real.
High slip, in trouble. Zandy keeps it in play. Going to Corey Dyke. Foul late as Linehan got it to Coffey. Erica Dombach and her assistant coach is very upset with the decision there.
Yeah, you could tell things were charging there on offense. Coffey made a nice reception on that pass there. I wasn't quite sure how she was able to get her feet on it.
Here come the Cavaliers for another time. Wide to Jarrett. McCool enters the penalty area. Crosses it in. McCool in front. Asman dives on it. Almost goal number 2 for Megan McCool.
Part of why that didn't go in was nice defense there from Caitlin Haslip as the ball was coming off of McCool's leg. She looked like she was about ready to wind up and get that one, but Haslip was able to get in there, interfere with her without giving too much contact, and that gave just enough time for Asman to land on it.
Caniff couldn't time it right to Schlegel. Linehan and Schlegel out in front, leading the charge for the Nittany Lions.
Penn State starting to lose this possession battle again. They were coming out of halftime, really fixing those possession errors, but since then we've really seen Virginia dominate in these past couple minutes here.
Nice takeaway from Caniff. Finds Taliaferri. Could this be the one for Penn State? Linehan into the penalty area. She goes down. No whistle. And the Penn State fans are livid as it's cleared away. Penn State thought they would have a penalty shot, and Erica Dombach very frustrated down on the sideline.
I understand the frustration. That was Penn State's best shot. That could have made up for an errant pass there from Taliaferri that was just a little bit too strong to her flanker.
Seemed like that would have been Penn State's best chance. Taliaferri to Schlegel. And she goes down. And now a sarcastic applause from the Penn State side as they finally hear the whistle from the referee.
Yeah, if you're asking the Penn State fans, that whistle came a minute too late. But this will be Penn State's best chance to score pretty much all game on a set play. We'll see how they execute it.
Under 6 minutes now, and Sam Coffey has it just outside of the penalty area. Coffee, as now the Virginia wall has to step back behind the line. Under 5.5. Coffee enters. Gets in! It's Allie Schlegel for the 6th game in a row, and we're tied at 1.
Masterful execution on that one. That's just about as well as they could have done it. They got a nice Penn State wall charging there. Virginia thought that she was going to lay it in a little bit early. Nope, slips behind all the defenders. And who else but Allie Schlegel? Absolutely dominant. 6 games in a row for the redshirt freshman. Penn State ties it up with just 5 minutes left to go. And life has been brought to this Nittany Lions team on Jeffrey Field.
Allie Schlegel with her team leading 6th goal of the season. 5:10 to go, tied at 1. Number 4 versus number 8 in the nation.
That was just about as electric as you'll see the stands here in Jeffrey Field on that game-tying goal. Penn State gets the opportunity they need, and they capitalize on it. That was something that they struggled so much against Oklahoma State. Anytime that they had an open shot, it seemed like it would sail past the goal or they would mishandle the ball on that one. Not on that set play. Penn State does it perfectly.
Coffee with the assist on the equalizing goal.
Scored by number 34, Allie Schlegel. It's her 6th this season. Assist.
Could Virginia steal it right back here? Under 5 minutes to go. Right back in the offensive area.
That's Schlegel from Coffee in the 85th minute.
McCool gets through. Score! Ashlyn Sarepka, I believe, got it. 2 goals separated by less than 30 seconds, and Virginia steals the lead right back.
Man, soccer can be cruel just when you have everything going on your side. You have all the momentum. You execute a set play perfectly. Virginia comes down, attacks, and scores the goal.
No, it's Sydney Zandy who got her foot on it. She scores to give Virginia the lead.
Boy, is that heartbreaking if you're Penn State. I mean, that's why Virginia is the 4th best team in the nation right there. They don't give up. And you saw it again right there. Penn State will have to play from behind again.
Those 2 goals separated by 26 seconds. And Virginia has a 2-1 lead.
That was the score of last year's game between these two when they met on Jeffrey Field in a downpour. We might be looking at a case of different conditions, same result, unless Penn State can kick it into gear.
It was Allie Schlegel at 84.49 and Sydney Zandy at 85.15. Gene. Penn State, could it be another in the last 5 minutes? Now under 4 to go. And the Nittany Lions will get a corner kick. They're going to have their chance.
We saw how well they executed the last set play. Another one here for the Nittany Lions. Boy, would that be a change of pace. Remember last game I told you the set plays were what killed the Nittany Lions. They could not stop Oklahoma State. And now they got a chance to equalize with another.
Coffee had the assist on the only goal for Penn State so far. She'll take the corner. Well placed, but cleared out. Penn State on it. Maddie Myers took a shot at it, and it'll go out of play. It was deflected by Megan McCool. Another corner for Penn State. 3:15 to go.
Penn State is not giving up. They're applying constant pressure. This is something they didn't do in the first half, and now in the second half, when it gets to the highest stakes possible, they're really giving it their all against a very good Virginia team.
2-1 Virginia lead. High stakes at the end of this match. Now under 3 minutes. Coffee will do it again. At the back post and just missing is Caitlin Heislip. Coffee curled it towards that back post, and Heislip not much of an angle there to put it in.
You take a look at the replay there. She was actually behind the goal. If Coffee had just positioned that just a little bit in front of her, then maybe she would have had an angle on it with the goalkeeper out of position.
Ivory taking her time now, boots it away. 2-1 lead for the 4th ranked team in the nation. The pace has picked up incredibly in the last 10 minutes. Ivory takes it at the top of the penalty area.
It's part of why these games at Jeffrey Field are so electric. No matter what, there's always going to be a little bit of excitement in the final few minutes, as we see here.
High slip goes long. "90 seconds left. Only a 1-goal difference despite the disparity in shots between these two teams. Ivory has it, directing traffic and killing some time.
One minute to play in the second half. 1 minute.
60 clicks left. Virginia with a 1-goal lead, 2-1. Penn State has the goal kick. This could be their last chance. Virginia with possession. They could drown out the clock here as they send it into the corner. Under 30 to play.
Yeah, Penn State's got to work quick. They're kind of dawdling here.
10, 9,
10 seconds remaining.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
And Virginia will pull it out at Jeffrey Field. The 4th-ranked team in the nation beats the 8th-ranked team in the nation 2-1. It got close in those last 5 minutes. Penn State tied it up with Allie Schlegel scoring in 84-49. And 26 seconds later, Sydney Zandy is having none of that tie. She scores the game-winning goal.
If I'm Erica Dombach right now, the one thing that I'm going to express to this Nittany Lions team is keep your chin up, because that's the second heartbreaking loss in 4 days for the Nittany Lions. Just a couple days ago, they were here against Oklahoma State, a game that they played very well. 1-0 for a lot of that before allowing a misstep there for Oklahoma State to tie and then win in overtime. And then to get that goal there and watch Virginia take the lead right back just seconds later, I mean, that's tough for any team to swallow.
Looking ahead for these two teams, Penn State stays at home next weekend. They are not back in action until next Thursday when they host the Michigan Wolverines to start Big Ten play. That's a 7 p.m. start. And then they have another home match on Sunday against Michigan State. That'll be right here on BTN Plus at 1 p.m. against Michigan State. For Virginia on the other side, they head to Wake Forest to take on an ACC opener in the Demon Deacons before returning home to take on the Virginia Tech Hokies at Klockner Stadium next week.